Okay, this video is how to draw shapes using Fusion 360. Okay, and if you haven't learned how to set up the screen yet to make sure that everything is set properly, you should probably watch that video. Here we go. We're going to take, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on our sketch pad, and we're going to click our plane to set it to the top view. Okay, now I'm going to begin to draw the geometry on this. Geometry is anything, any shape, any geometric shape, square, circle, triangle, diamond, anything. I'm going to start by drawing a square, and I'm going to use the line feature to do this. If I look at the top of my sketch palette up here, I've got a line. So this creates a line that I can dimension and draw a type of a geometry. So I'm going to click on that, and now you can see that my icon, my cursor has a little icon on there that kind of looks like a fish hook, I guess, that shows that it is a line. And so now I come over to my datum, and I see the little blue box that goes right around that. That means that I am right on center. And I click it. I bring my line out, straight out, and if I were going to draw this, let's say that I needed to draw this line 3 inches long. Okay, I would actually, right now, while that little box has that blue highlight in it, that means that it is active for me to be able to type a dimension of the length of the line that I want it to be. Okay, so I want this line to be 3 inches long. So I would go down to my keyboard and press 3, and I don't even have to press the point. Okay, and it draws a line 3 inches long. Okay, I hit enter, and now I have a line there that is 3 inches long. Okay, so now I want another line. Click that icon. Go right to where the little blue box goes around that dot, which tells it that I am locked right onto the center of it. I click, and I come right down. Now, let's say I'm making a square, and it's supposed to be perfectly square, 3 inches long. I'm going to hit 3, and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, there's my 3 inches. Now, at this point, I want to point out something that is sometimes it's a little deceptive to be able to see this right here. This line right here is not the line you drew. This one is. Okay, but this one's kind of in the way, and I kind of don't like to leave that in my way. So if you merely put your cursor on the line when it turns blue like it is, and you click down and pull it over, and of course it had to make a liar out of me, right? I can pull this over and just click right there and just keep it right there. And now it's out of the way so that this area that I'm actually drawing in is now free of any obstructions or any kind of things that make me think that I have a line there that I really don't. Okay, so now I'm going to draw another line. I'm going to get the little blue box, tells me I'm completely on center there. I'm going to bring this out, and I know that the top line is 3 inches, and I want to make a square. So this line also should be 3 inches long. So I'm going to hit 3 and hit enter. Okay, so now I have a 3 by 3 by 3. And I want to close it in to make this a closed box. I'm going to click my line function. I'm going to click right on that dot when the blue box goes around it. And I'm going to come up, and I'm just going to put 3, enter. Okay, there's my box. I now have a 3 by 3 box on the screen. Okay, so if I wanted to make this, as we said before, we're making solid models, right? So I have a box on my screen, and it's only a drawing, because if I take my orientation up here and I look, I'm on the top. Now, if I click down to the front, I don't really see anything because it's not a solid model. It is a drawing like on a piece of paper. So I want to make this a solid model. Okay, so what we call extruding when we want to make something a solid model. And I like to get this right in the middle of the screen here. Please make it nice and easy for you to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move off of the part. I'm going to right click, okay? And I'm going to click on this thing right here that says press and pull, okay? Now when I do that, I'm telling it that I want to either push the part down or pull it up and make it bigger, okay? So that it's actually got a thickness. So what I'm going to do is it's asking me up here, it's saying, well, select what it is that you want to press or pull. Okay, so I come over my part and I see it turn blue. And that's telling me that that's an active part that I can actually press or pull. Over here, the screen's not changing colors because there's nothing there. I have to have something. So I'm on top of my part and I click. Now you'll see this little box up here that says Extrude shows up. And again, the little blue highlighted box that tells me I'm able to put a dimension into that box that I want this to be. So I want to make a 1-inch thick block out of my 3-inch square. So I'm going to go where that blue is. I'm going to go to my keyboard and I'm going to type minus. I always want to type minus when I start out because I'm on the top of the block. So I want to push it down. I don't want to pull it up because then it would kind of be on top of my drawing. I drew the square and I want to push the block down. So I want to go minus, which is away from me. So minus 1 inch. And I don't have to press the dot, the period for 1 inch. I can press just 1 or I can press 1 point. Depends what you want to do. And once that's done, I can press enter or I could hit the OK on the dialog box. I'm going to hit OK on my keyboard, hit enter. Now you see it changes color now. It's gray. And that's because now if I go to my box and I click on the front edge, you can now see that I have something that is 1 inch thick that I created out of drawing 4 lines. So I drew a 3-inch geometrical square, and then I told it to make it 1 inch thick. I extruded it, and it is now a model, a solid model. The first thing that you want to do when you draw something is save it and name it. I'm going to hit the save, and I'm going to name this how to draw a square. Okay? Hit save, and that is now saved, and I will have no problem finding that later on if I wanted to do more work on that. Okay, so I hope that this is helpful.